Greetings gamers, today I'll be reviewing Recettear, an item shop's tale, an adventure RPG and economic management sim developed by EasyGameStation and published by Carpe Fulgur, who are perhaps most famous for helping translate the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky games. Don't be deceived by the fact that, you know, it's low res, and the art style and production values make it pretty obvious this was on a budget. It was done as a dojin or like fan projects, kind of like how the first few Toho games. So it was done by a bunch of people with a lot of love in their heart and not much money in the bank. And it still managed to get an incredible 82 on Metacritic, which, looking at this game, you would never believe it could have gone an 82. But I believe, because I've played this game enough to be doing a New Game Plus. Because I figure that's easier than starting from the very beginning. Or trying to explain things from an advanced save file. I guess they start with from day 2, so they skip a little bit of the intro. That's okay though. Go get this game. It's not that expensive. It's $20. I guess I'm still often enough. And honestly, you should support both Carpe Fulgur, who work way too hard, and also EasyGameStation. Reward through enthusiasm. Okay, so you're in a little shop. Alright, let's go ahead and start selling items. Actually, I don't know if there's going to be anyone who has the money to buy this early in New Game Plus mode. It's like my items carry over, my money doesn't though, but by selling enough to repay my irresponsible father's debts. What was it I want to get rid of? Oh yeah, I've got 2 of these, so let's see what kind of a crowd that draws in. You really can sell just about whatever you can imagine in this game. Well, isn't this the most random hodgepodge of merchandise you ever did see? This little girl actually have the money necessary. So part of it is, customers are willing to pay a fair percentage over the base price, or if they're selling you items, they're willing to pay a fair percentage under base price. But a lot of characters also have just absolute spending limits, so even if you're offering them a fair price percentage-wise, they may have to decline a purchase if they simply don't have the funds. So I don't know if this early on this little girl actually have enough. Okay, just shy of 110. Wow, she must have a really big allowance. Well, I can already repay the first week's debt, so New Game Plus mode obviously a good deal easier. If you're asking for just a little bit too much, sometimes they'll ask to haggle a few, but I'm trying to avoid that because you get a better XP bonus to your merchant level if you can get them to agree first time around. Sure, I mean, I already have them in stock. Okay, so even though they have the money to spend, later on, like, you may have as many as 10 or so sales or whatnot. Do I want to go adventuring? Sure. Why? Actually, I wonder if the story resets and I'll be visited by my old friends. Actually, alright. Nope. What's new? Oh, okay, they reset all of the tutorial messages. So the game's not fully voiced, but they had each of the actors and actresses record a few generic lines. And then they just throw it in whenever it's vaguely appropriate. So in a nutshell, you can go to wholesalers, purchase items for the wholesale price, and then sell them in your shop at retail price. Or you can go into dungeons and just take what you can for free. Well, you know, sweat and blood and tears. And then sell it for, well, again, a reasonable amount over the average assessed value. Oh, but you don't fight yourself, not directly. You're just a shopkeeper. A very rookie shopkeeper. Who's basically been indentured by this fairy collection agent. Because your father racked up a major debt and then just disappeared on you. It's not even really a shop, it's your house, but you agreed to turn the ground level into a shop. The city look. Yes, this is an 82 Metacritic score game. Trust me, it grows on you. Just forgive the primitive graphics and sound. I mean, you've seen me review other really primitive-looking games like Freedom Planet, Stardew Valley, and they're still fantastic. Quite frankly, as long as there's a heart in the game, you know, real love and passion, solid gameplay mechanics for whatever level of 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit game it is. As long as the art, style, and direction are nice, even if the actual number of pixels or polygons are super low. The point is, you don't have to be a AAA super big budget game to be enjoyable. And in fact, a lot of the AAA big budget games are actually unenjoyable, or in some cases almost unplayable, with the number of bugs they have. I don't really need this stuff since I already have so much, but sure, why not? Ooh, okay. That's always useful. The ferromins. Ferro is like Latin for iron, right? So like a vitamin, so it's like an iron supplement? So they're permanent equipment, which doesn't count against your loot capacity when exiting the dungeon, is whatever they've purchased from you most recently in the shop, which is kind of dependent on your budget. Louis here is, for example, always broke, so it's really hard to get him to permanently have the best stuff. But you can loan equipment for the dungeon, and then you get it back. Alright, Ancient Helmet is. I mean, unless New Game Plus mode amped up the difficulty, there's no way he's actually going to take enough damage to be in danger, but just in case. Oh, right. And I wanted to give him some pheromones. The HP boost from pheromones is permanent, and I think it carries through New Game Plus mode as well, so... So it's kind of the reverse of normal. Normally, in RPGs, you, the player character, are the adventurer, the one with the sword or the magic spells or whatnot, and if you bring along a helper, a minion, a hireling, a cohort to carry loot for you, they're the secondary character. But they kind of reverse the formula, where... I mean, granted, while in the dungeon, you're only really controlling the adventurer, but technically, Recettear and Tier back there, they're the main characters. It's interesting to invert it. Wow. Okay, this may be a little too easy. If you're playing this just regular New Game mode and not New Game Plus mode, it will take a few hits each to get them. A back scratcher? What is that doing in the dungeon? Okay, apparently this is the temple of the holy back scratchers. And people say RNG doesn't have a sense of humor. Most adventures... Oh, wow, I really leveled up? Oh. I must have been really close to leveling on the old save file. But yeah, most adventurers also have 1, 2, or 3 kinds of special abilities. They all use the same generic magic icons. Oh, okay, that's what that one was. Okay. Oh, but Louis has so little SP. Some of you longtime viewers may note that the gameplay is kind of like an extremely simplified version of what you might see in the East games. By the time this video airs, I'm sure I've already published my recording of East, the Open Felgana. This is much more strictly 2D than East, though. You can't really jump up and down. Well, the loot's not that valuable in this intro dungeon. So I'll just go on to each floor as I can. So every 5 floors, there's going to be a boss. All of 1 mighty damage. So each of the adventurers have their own characteristics. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not very good at dodging those rock falls. Alright, this should be a boss. And I think for the intro temple dungeon, is it the Hall of Trials? I think this is actually the last floor regardless. Oh. Is there no boss in the Hall of Trials? I guess it's been a while since I've done this. Oh, I think she was about to say go home or something, but that might actually be what that type of item is called in a different game franchise, so... Speaking of copyright infringement, you know, I usually have my TV on in the background. I wonder if one of the networks is like, hey, we really don't want you to show a corner within a corner of the screen. I guess I'd have to go back and re-render all of my videos to date and just put like a little 30 by 40 pixel black box over my TV in the background. That'd be really annoying. I hope that doesn't happen. Alright, so not even pulled back since we kind of skipped part of that. Yes, I'm sure I exceeded expectations. I already made back the first week's debt
おはようございます。
in the first day.
ちょっといいですか？
No, actually, it's totally within my means. Alright, let's see who else visits today.
どうしようかな。
Actually, how do I make the store bigger again? Am I supposed to talk to the guildmaster? Alright, I'll do that after I
どうしようか
do
な。
one shift.
お店開けますね。いらっしゃいませ。
If you're wondering, yes, that unique character design means he's also
まあ
a
しょうが
recruitable
ないか。
adventurer.
はあ？何言ってんだ？バカにすんなよ。
And this is the beginning of every love story. No, I don't know. Tisk tisk. Don't worry, he eventually learns his lesson in a future event once you unlock enough stuff.
そんなことありません。
And that's how that relationship
い
works.
らっしゃいませ。
So yeah, as you do shifts of running your shop, you'll meet new characters, or sometimes you'll meet them out in town.
いくらにしようかな。
Regular folks are usually okay around just shy of 10% up.
売れたよ。
For other characters, it can range from like 15 to 30% up. The spoiled rich girl, she'll go up to 30% up.
いくらにしようかな。ありがとうございました。
That's right, near pin bonus.
売れたよ。いらっしゃいませ。
Oh, you know what? I think I totally forgot to make Louis drink the ferryman. I'll just do it next time. See if you can afford this.
いくらにしようかな。
Because again, he may have an absolute limit.
ありがとうございました。売れたよ。こんにちは。いくらにしようかな。ありがとうございました。売れたよ。いらっしゃいませ。いくらにしようかな。
Alright, he's selling it to me, so... Usually around 70% for normal people, 40% if the item is in a decreased cost state. Just like real capitalism. Oh, that's right, the motto of this game is Capitalism Ho. As in, like, onward, not a professional so-and-so. Yep, near pin. The near pin bonus lets you know that you are just right where they expected. Oh yeah, that's right. You can look out the window and these creepers will stare at you. I mean, did I say creepers? I meant these potential customers are totally checking out the merchandise. And by merchandise, I mean the items on the counter, not... Hopefully not me and Tyr, because Tyr is a fairy and I'm pretty sure Recettear is too young for that sort of concern. Anyway, this has been Recettear and I'm Shoptail. Definitely LotusCrane approved. How many hours did I play this game back in the day? So I put in like 30-something hours into it originally. And now that I'm on a groove, I may continue playing this game for a few hours after I end recording this video. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe to my channel and share the link with your friends. I'm LotusCrane, signing off.